Good evening, beautiful folks. So this is my rotation of of Basilisk Den. Before I essentially got my boss gear or boss armor to be more exact, and only had my accessories and weapons ready. This is where I was grinding at for most of the time. You know, you're at least on Archer server, so I get a higher chance. And of course, Basilisk build were I think like 30 mil at the time. Uh, yeah, now they're a bit higher, 10 mil higher. So um, let me just tell you now, if you're grinding on Arsha, I got in a bell with a loot scroll, an advanced loot scroll. So take that into account as well. In one every 2 hours, sometimes one every hour, sometimes two an hour. It was quite ridiculous. I loved it. Um, but a couple of things you probably want to know if you're going to be grinding here. Recommended AP probably like 210, 230 ish, and quite a decent amount of DP unless you're a really good grinder character. And also, if you have a fairy, use that. So here at this node, you can pick up a daily, and you have to essentially kill 250 of these, and you get okay stuff, not necessarily the end all, but like you know what, if you're gonna be here grinding, you might as well do it. So like a Kafir is these two I just sell and I keep the bar. So now the rotation. So there's two rotations on the top and one at the very bottom. I'm going to go through my most favorite to least favorite. Starting off with the top cliffside. It's top cliffside is also the most riskiest one because then say if you die at certain areas, you're pretty much screwed. So to get there, of course, just follow my pathway. There's a small little staircase here. I'll show you where you can park your horse. I don't know where to park the horse at the bottom level. I don't really like that much. So I'm just gonna skip that. So here at Basilisk Den on cliffside, you can park your horse right here. The mobs won't get it. And it's quite simple. You go straight down. I'm not actually gonna do it, but you take out these mobs, you circle around. Technically, these mobs would have been dead, but you then gather up here and here. You gather up all those mobs that you can. You kill them all. I guess let me just actually do it. So, um, and all right. Then after that, I tag these guys and I gather these guys. And then there's like those whatever stragglers came up. Boom, kill them all. And whoever doesn't come, I gather them to the next one. So these guys, let me just dash through, get these guys, and then these guys, and then kill them all. You probably don't want to use like your projection ult on them. And then you gather up these guys, and yeah, this is pretty much like the rotation. I'm not. Oh, boom, boom, boom. Kill them all. Boom. And then you take out these guys in here. And then you go inside here. You take out all these guys. This is normally where you actually start rotation. But since, you know, I'll show you guys how to do it, decided just to start at over there. And there you go. And then by the time, boom, they respawn. So that's one rotation. Second rotation of the cliffside, not necessarily the best one, but it'll do the job. You park your horse all the way over here, and this is where the statues are at, and it should be fine. Sometimes if you're getting here at the first place, you're gonna have to take out these mobs. Don't worry, I won't mess up your rotation because then those mobs will spawn in. You go here, you take out these guys, and let me just remind you, I'm 250 AP, so if I can't kill all these mobs, or overgrow, then you probably won't. And if you do overgrow them, you probably shouldn't be grinding here. There's really no point. You could possibly be making better money somewhere else. And then you gather up these guys with this mob here. You just gather them, and then boom. You don't really care about strategies. This is the only part I hate, that whatever that is. Nothing always slows me down, but it's whatever. You're gonna gather up these guys, and then after that, you're gonna start attacking these over here, and those guys should come. And by the time that happens, boom. All right. Now you have two options. If you are quite lazy, like I am, what you do is that you gather up here, gather these guys, and then you take them out quite easily. And then I normally don't like to do this mob. I normally go upstairs, but that's for other reasons, just so I don't get caught. Personally, I don't want to be in the mini map if I'm on Arsha, so the less I'm in the mini map, the better. Gather up those guys, those guys. These guys come into here, and then you take them out from here. And then, boom. And then you gather these guys, those guys, and these guys. And then, boom. You're essentially, that's the rotation. So those are the top two. And then, of course, you come back to your horse. If you need to do anything, you do whatever you need to do. I need to make sure my horse doesn't die. So my two favorite rotation, bottom rotation is quite simple. You literally just go around in a circle. Once you enter this cavern, some guys are already grinding. You're just gonna grinding. So you literally just go around in this circle. Let me just actually go around. I don't want to mess up this Guardian's rotation, but yeah. Boom, boom, boom. And say you just literally go around. It's a really fat circle. And by the time you're done with everything, there you go. And then, in case you do over clear this, the reason why I don't like it is because it's just too long. It goes around in a circle. I like it a bit condensed, in my opinion. And that's pretty much it. Those are the from best to least favorite of my rotations. Now let me tell you about the top rotation that really matters. Because if you are going to be fighting on Arsha, there's two zones that you need to beware of, or like two spawn zones. So if you die inside the Basilisk Den, you will spawn normally at this node right here. However, though, if you're where I parked my horse the first time, like around here, or I don't know where the cutoff is exactly, but I think it's like somewhere around here. You could spawn over there, or somewhere around here, which at that point it's a pain in the ass to get through, because then you essentially come like here, then you fall down, and you walk, and it's annoying. If you're better than the person you're fighting against, then try to lure them here and then kill them so they could get off your rotation, because then you know from here to here is much better from here to here. So with the loot scroll, I've seen about 30 mil trash loot on average, and then like I said, a belt or two per run. Or essentially, it's like a belt and a half, because then you get pieces to make a Bazzy belt. Once I could pull it up, Basilisk Den. So right here, essentially, you could gather up one of each, and then they make you a Bazzy belt. And of course, if you have 9 of these guys, you can make a pin. 9 rings makes a pin. 5 pins makes a snake belt. So that's pretty much how that goes. You get a decent amount of cappers too. Like I think I was averaging like 5 to 6 cappers on if you get like a belt a day or about an hour, like that sort of luck, then you could see yourself making roughly 60 mil, 70 mil. If you're like on one every 2 hours, you're looking at around 50 mil an hour. That's with the loot scroll. And on Arsha server, so like you get the 50% buff. And then, oh, one more thing. I also have a pet that gives me +3 drop rate. So that's pretty much what you're looking around. You're looking around a 50 to 60 mil per hour rotation. Um, if you're grinding on Ursha, good luck and hope for the best. And if you guys want any other videos of any sort, then just leave me a comment and I'll pretty much try to make a video if it's actually useful. Um, it probably will be useful for most people, but you know what I mean. Um, Next video I'm going to be making is on Node War because I'm assuming if you are playing this game, you want to do end game, and Node War is our end game, so that's like another thing I'm planning to make, and whatever other things that comes up in mind. Until then, see you guys on the next one. Later.